Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Dinar Daily YouTube channel. Let's start today's latest Dinar news. We are there in Iraq for one purpose, and that is to remove Maliki and to remove the terrorism so that Iraq can have security and stability to bring forth a new exchange rate. We are in the process of blocking Maliki. It's going to be very devastating when it comes. Once the Prime Minister has been selected, then they got to form the government. Once they form the government, then everything is on track. The last time it took them over a year just to get a Prime Minister. This election was last November. 3 months now since the election, and they have not picked a president. Nor have they picked the Prime Minister yet. What I'm thinking is they haven't selected a president yet is because they're not ready to figure out who is going to be the Prime Minister. Once you select a president, you have to hurry up and select the Prime Minister. Right now, they're stalling. I'm waiting for them to make a move. Iraq enters 2026 with political clarity, strong reserves, low inflation, and digital readiness. Coordinated reforms in trade banking, private sector, digital systems combined with gatekeeper support positions Iraq for sustained growth and full participation in the global financial system. So execution phase is underway. I think the trajectory is clear. They fired the shot. Are they just trying to keep us in the dark about the formation of the government and its timing so we don't know when they're going to change the rate, or is it the military actions of what the US government is doing towards Iran? There's two different scenarios. I think they're either trying to mask the rate, change date from us so we don't really know what's going on, or the military actions towards reaching a nuclear agreement with Iran. One of those two factors is what's so-called delaying this. The IMF wants you to go international. They want you to float your currency. They want the dinar to gain value outside of your country because they know you are already set inside your country. You are already set to at least be 1-to-1 with the American dollar when they finally release the new rate, the lower notes. U.S. congressional delegation assures Barzani of Iraq's support and protection of the Kurdistan region. There are congressmen on the ground. Delegations are working closely and tightly with the Kurdish region and Baghdad to try to come up with a solution as quickly as possible. They might not admit it, but the world needs this revaluation. We did get word that we had lower denominations of the Iraqi Dinar in the ATMs in Iraq. Now, are they activated and using lower denoms yet? I don't know that yet. Iraq's Maliki standoff. 3 exits. No easy way out. A framework official told Al Hurra that 3 scenarios are now under discussion to end the deadlock. I believe none of these scenarios will work and are just conversation and not real solutions. There is in fact only one solution, and that is to give al-Sudani yet another term. I believe that in the end he will be nominated and appointed for yet another term. The preparation phase for the real effective exchange rate, I think it's complete. The execution of that process is obviously underway. I don't think anything I'm talking about is speculation. Bit by bit, they're bringing confidence to people. We're coming towards the end. Some people keep talking about this happening in the second half of 26. Absolutely not. We're not waiting till the second half of 26 on this. We're not that far away. I'm still comfortably positioned within the month of February, if there isn't any type of military actions. The rate could change this month of February. By 26%, the cost of living in Baghdad is cheaper than in Istanbul. Turkey, Iraq, is sitting on more than $100 billion in reserves and assets along with massive long-term economic ambitions. Among them is the ambitious Development Road project. This project alone has the potential to reshape trade routes across the Middle East. Iraq is also positioned to benefit from a multi-billion-dollar tourism sector. The economic upside is enormous. Stability is the key that unlocks that door. Iraqi leadership knows that damaging relations with Western financial systems could slow investment, reduce access to global banking networks, and complicate trade partnerships. The stakes are high. What has not been officially announced? Number A, the new exchange rate to fill in the gap of all this monetary reform they're talking about. Number A, a reinstatement or international float. #3A, public statement that the dinar is now globally traded. Those require a formal CBI announcement, and they haven't issued that yet. The wiring is done. The switch hasn't been flipped. Trump comments on the coordinating framework candidate. We have some options. Days after his blog post, in which he spoke of not cooperating with Iraq if Nouri al-Maliki were chosen as prime minister, U.S. President Donald Trump returned with a new statement. Trump, in response to a question from a Rudo Network reporter about whether he had a veto on Nouri al-Maliki, said, "We are looking at a prime minister. We will see what happens. We have some ideas on the subject. In the end, everyone needs the United States. Iraq's news is very difficult to study. Most don't really have solid information to go on right now. I know I sure don't. Everything is in limbo. The political news isn't credible. They're talking in circles. They're stating a disagreement on the prime minister is what's delaying. Voting on the president, which I know isn't true. The most critical to see is what the U.S. government and military are doing with Iran. The Trump administration made it very clear there will not be any type of Iranian influence within the country of Iraq. They're sending an additional naval ship into the region to put more military tension onto Iran, for different unrelated sources, indicating after President's Day, which is Monday the 16th, we're looking to get notified. It looks like either Tuesday or Wednesday, with the possibility of exchanges to start Wednesday or Thursday, depending the notifications actually go out. Iraq has huge plan to transform banking sector, says CBI. Governor Masroor Barzani praises Al-Awlak's measures to improve the banking system in Iraq. We all should know that even during the election deadlock and amidst all the ongoing saga associated with it, the independent central bank is still moving forward with reforms in the background. I think they are moving forward on HCL and have all the necessary components and don't want us to know yet. I think they are holding announcements so we can't speculate on RV timing. Are they just trying to keep us in the dark about the formation of the government and its timing so we don't know when they're going to change the rate, or is it the military actions of what the U.S. government is doing towards Iran? There's two different scenarios. I think they're either trying to mask the rate change date from us so we don't really know what's going on, or the military actions towards reaching a nuclear agreement with Iran. One of those two factors is what's so-called delaying this.